Are you in a healthy and happy relationship? Are you not quite sure and need to know what signs a healthy and happy relationship has? Well, then I'm going to tell you that today. Hello, ladies. My name is Yeva, and I am one of Greta's high-value women coaches. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing 7 things that a healthy and happy relationship consists of. Before we jump into today's video, make sure you take the self-awareness test to find out if you're a woman of high value or a woman of low value, and you can find that test down below in the description section. Also, have a look at Greta's new book, which is called Devoted Relationships. It's an ebook where you can learn how to have high value relationships. Go ahead and check it out. You'll find the link to her ebook down below in the description section also. If you haven't noticed, I'm wearing one of Greta's hoodies, Chase Goals Not Drama. If you want to get your hands on a hoodie or a t-shirt, go ahead and check out her online store. You can find that down below in the description section as well. Without further ado, let's jump into the number 1 thing that a healthy and happy relationship needs, and that is affection and love. I believe every relationship needs affection and love. And I also believe that you define for your specific relationship what that actually does mean. Is a form of affection through acts of service more important, or maybe physical touch, or words of affection, or is it a bundle of everything? There are many different ways that men and women show caring for each other, but affection and love is definitely a part of a healthy and happy relationship. The second thing is good company. Getting along as a couple is extremely important. You should find each other really interesting and get along well, especially if you want to spend the majority of your life with that person. It is very important to therefore have similar values and morals and prioritize similar things in life. The reason for this is because it makes a lot of things much easier down the line. And of course, you will feel more understood if you guys have very similar priorities. If you haven't subscribed to Greta's YouTube channel yet, make sure you do that right now by clicking the subscribe button. Also hit the bell button to be notified whenever she uploads a brand new video. Number 3 is roles. Make sure the roles in your relationship are clear, especially if you live together. The standard that you are going to set for your relationship is the standard that you are going to have. Make sure that he sees himself as the actual provider, and make sure that he actually wants to be in that role and that he actually likes that role. Not every man will be okay with being the provider, okay? Because some men just see the world differently, right? But if you want to have a high value relationship, you want to be high value and you want him to be the provider in most cases, right? For sure, then he wants to want that too. He should want to be the provider. There are men out there that will break up with women if they don't go 50-50. There are men out there that will just not budge when it comes to that. There are different types of people in the world. So make sure that you have the feeling that he wants to be the provider for you and that he is very comfortable in that role, because you do not want to be arguing about something like that. Because if he does not want that, okay, if he's insecure or feels that if he financially is used for his money or whatever the case might be, if he feels that way, then it's not gonna budge. It's not gonna change. Some men are simply like that. This is especially important if you're going to be living together or if you're going to get married, etc. If you also start being the one that's going to be cleaning or cooking, that is how it's going to be from there on. And it will be very hard to change that later on, okay? Because that's the standard that you're going to be you're going to set, okay? And so make sure that the roles for each other are clear. Number 4 is understanding and trust. A relationship is not and never will be held by just one person. It always involves two people who both want to make it work. It is never, and I underline never, just one person's job to make a relationship work. There has to be understanding in a relationship, and trust has to be built over time. These two things don't just happen out of the blue. They are built on. When it comes down to the understanding part of the relationship, it's very important that you keep your head on your shoulders and not let yourself be guilted into thinking that you yourself and only you are the problem when things do not go as planned. Understanding and having an understanding and being open to understanding is very important, but you should not be understanding when it comes down to being treated badly, okay? Or not being treated with respect. Hearing your partner out, letting them speak, also has a lot with showing understanding, because you try to show that you're listening and you're trying to understand where they're coming from. Also, obviously, being able to trust your partner is a huge element to a healthy and happy relationship. There is, after all, no relationship without trust. The 5th thing is time. A good and solid relationship is built over time. With the passing of time, you get to know each other better. In order to build trust, like I mentioned before, time simply does need to pass. You need to overcome obstacles as partners in a relationship to make it stronger and more trustworthy. There is also no such thing as a perfect relationship, and that really is simply taboo. There are phases in a relationship that are wonderful, but there are phases in a relationship that are difficult, and the difficult phases will pass, and hopefully the positive phases will overcome the negative ones. But difficulties in a relationship is simply a part of having a relationship, but overcoming them as partners is what counts, okay? And just like you have problems in your job, in friendships, in family, in whatever it might be, in life situations, don't expect to not have any in a relationship, because that's unrealistic. Especially if you want to spend the rest of your life with a certain person, or have children, or do whatever couples do, okay? New obstacles, new situations will bring problems, but it's about how you deal with them as a couple that makes the relationship, okay? That's very important. Number 6 is respect. Respect is a key element in having a healthy and happy relationship. You have to be able to set boundaries for whatever reason, especially if a guy says something very inappropriate or rude to you. Always remember that respect and love go fully hand in hand. Respect your guy, but remember that you need to be respected as well. So respect is a two-way street. It just can't go one way. If he, however, is simply bantering or making jokes with you or laughing about something silly that you maybe did, and it's really no big deal and it's quite harmless, then you can join in with that and just laugh at him back or banter back. However, when it does get inappropriate or he is simply rude to you or disrespectful, then you simply have to set a boundary to show that this behavior is not acceptable. And it's a must to set a boundary when your line is crossed. Remember to always respect yourself as a woman, and setting boundaries in a relationship shows that you respect yourself as a woman. Number 7 is good communication. A lot of the time, I hear people mention that communication is key. Yes, it is for sure the key or a key to a very healthy relationship. But what is actually good communication? That is actually not really talked about. So let's talk about it. Good communication, I think, comes from being able to voice what you don't find appropriate and what you would appreciate instead. Good communication is never about pointing fingers at the other person or blaming the other person. More so, it's actually talking about what it is or what is important to you and what you would like to happen instead. So if, for example, he does something that you do not like or you do not appreciate, you should not yell at him or say that he always does this and it's always wrong or he's always to blame. That's not communication. That is pointing fingers and blaming. And that has nothing to do with good communication at all. Communication would be to say something like, I'd appreciate if you didn't do that again, but instead you would help me out with this and this and this. So that is actually good communication. If you're pointing a finger at someone or blaming someone, that's not going to bring you anything. If it does bring you something, it's just simply going to push him away. That's the only thing that it's going to do, and it's going to turn into a bigger fight. So don't make him the problem, even if you feel like he is. Explain, not even explain, but just say what you would need instead or what you would appreciate he did instead. Okay? Because if you blame him, it would only get worse. So don't point fingers. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Greta's YouTube channel down below by clicking the subscribe button, and also hit the bell button to be notified whenever she uploads a brand new video. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and comment down below what you liked most. Join Greta's free high-value Facebook group to learn how to bring out the best in your man. The link to this free Facebook group is down below in the description section. And if you would like to know how to get him to fall for you via text, games men play on women and how to handle them, how to get your ex back, how to set boundaries, or maybe you have a hobby that you want to turn into an online business, Greta has these videos all up for sale on her website. So go ahead and check that out. You can find her website down below in the description section. Also, go ahead and check out Greta's High Value Women course. It's a course that is made up of 5 modules and 2 big bonuses. In that course, she teaches women how to be high value from A to Z. I'm sure you will absolutely love it. Go ahead and check it out. You can find it down below as well. And if you would like to be coached one-on-one by Greta, me, or any member of Greta's team, go ahead and book a coaching with us. You can find the link down below in the description section. Just go on Greta's website and you can book us there. Also, go ahead and check out Greta's Instagram, which is Ladies Relationship Coach. She posts a lot of really cool content on there daily. Go ahead and check that out. The link is down below as well. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a beautiful week and I cannot wait to see you next time. Bye.